hehe. I know I've seen them play Wisp in the past, but I don't know if they.
This was remember this was the game from last night. It's Neas.
Oh, that's right.
Neas. He's the guy who they ran Wisp and Tree and Protector, and they slaughtered the enemy jungle. And that was when we found like the extra stats saying like Nihis. Actually, after that game, it was like 5 games in a row where he'd had more than 2K net worth or something like that in a really short base. It was really good farm percentage rate to time.
He was one of the most farmed Wisps ever by 20 minutes or something like that. And, well, we're also going to see the Doom as well as the Lycan Band out. Nature's Prophet and Ancient Apparition picked up by Kompas Gaming, while the Death Prophet and Earthshaker goes the way of hehe. I love seeing Earthshaker come back into the fold of the meta, man. He has, he's made a full return with just basically one buff. Just the one Fisher range buff. Just being buffed up a little bit more. And he's good to go.
So, I'm just playing with the chat. But yes. Nice combination from hehe. Lock him in, kill him off with dead spirits. Way to go. While Kompas, we're going for Team Global. Unfortunately, the Invoker was banned out, but they can use Nyx Assassin or someone like that to set up for it all. Actually, no, they can't because they've already got their off-lane core, and I don't want to see a support Nyx Assassin. So there'll be other options. Who knows? Maybe we could even see a Spectre. But then again, Spectre in a lineup when you've still left them Shadow Shaman when they've also got a Death Prophet, maybe not the greatest idea they could ever have.
The bans from hehe were really smart. They took away another global hero, the Invoker, with obviously the danger of Sunstrike, but as well as the Puck. And I was going to say, look for Kompas Gaming to grab themselves a Blink Dagger Initiator here. Whether it's going to be they pick up the Sand King, so that's obviously one. They may grab another one here, but Puck is perfect because what's going to happen here is Kompas Gaming, if they land the Ice Blast on the Death Prophet, the follow-up Furion ult, which is guaranteed to land on the Death Prophet as well, just those two combinations bring the Death Prophet pretty damn low. You combine any sort of Blink Initiator to lay down a couple more nukes on the Death Prophet, and you have no fear of Exorcism whatsoever. So it's a very easy way for them to be able to defend their towers. If they land the Ice Blast, they can go for the team fight. And, well, with the Sand King now being able to provide some extra team fight, Kompas Gaming are doing a great job making sure that they can deal with this push coming up from Death Prophet, because again, the Death Prophet does not provide you fast push, right? It's 20 to 35 minutes where she's strongest. So this gives you plenty of time to get your level 6 on Ancient Apparition, to get a Blink Dagger on Sand King, and have Furion get a decent number of levels. And, well, that's the next closest thing to a global, man. The Sniper Ultimate.
Sniper. I'm loving the combo. I'm loving this. They've got so much early game potential for killing. They've got support that can come in at a moment's notice, and they've got a guy that is perfect up against both Death Prophet as well as Razor. Getting a Crib Swarm off on a ranged out sniper is really difficult to do. And then Razor as well has to get in range to get the static link off. So he's trying to get himself in range. Potential headshot will also have that mini stun, so maybe he'll get himself a little bit too far in over his head. And then you've also got the slow coming out from Shrapnel. You've got a secondary slow as well as obviously Teamfight Controller through the epicenter with the Shrapnel, with the Ice Blast, with the Vortex, with the Prophet ulti on top of that one. All we need right now is one last great, like, whoopity-doo-dah jump-in AoE hero.
They need a frontline hero.
Yep, they need a tank of the front lines, and I'm really feeling like right now if they run a safe lane, they could even just run something like a DK and keep it really good and safe. So they run like the sniper safe lane, DK in the mid, the Prophet for the off lane. Everything's safe. Sand King farming up in the jungle, AA doing the pull. Very different to our AA we saw in the last game, because AA would have space to find level 6 because you don't have a useless support in the early stages.
I think that Kompas Gaming made a critical mistake here, grabbing the sniper as their forward position, because they were really well set up. I think the sniper is actually a great pickup here. It's one of the few times you're going to look at a sniper and go, Assassinate is really good here. You know, when you pick up a sniper, it's because you're able to lay down an amazing amount of physical damage very early on, and also your pushing power. That's actually the primary reason I would say sniper is picked up nowadays, is because Shrapnel has been buffed continuously, where it's a pretty decent pushing ability fairly early on, and he makes for a very strong 5-man carry early on because most of the time you aren't going to have a whole lot of blink daggers, right? So snipers sitting in the back when you have frontline heroes, they actually really are frontline heroes that are able to take attention away from the sniper. But by grabbing the sniper so early on, they just left themselves exposed to the last two picks are going to be counter picks by hehe. The Clockwork is a great pickup, one of the best you could possibly get up against the sniper. He has the initiation. He doesn't rely on Blink Dagger, so he can actually, the moment he's level 6, start hunting the sniper around. They have no saving supports. They have purely offensive supports. There's no Dazzle, there's no Shadow Demon, so when the sniper is gone on, he's locked inside the cogs and a battery assault has taken him down, he is going to fall. Nobody on Kompas Gaming can stop that.
So what you would have preferred is a sniper. If you were going to pick it number 5, put the Tide in the 4th position instead.
Yes, absolutely. Unless your 5th pick was going to be something extremely far out there that you were worried was going to be counterpicked. Sniper, it's very unlikely he's going to be, banned away in that last ban. So I think that was a bit of a critical mistake there, and that leaves hehe open to grab another solid long-range support, and Skywrath is not banned out. Go for the Skywrath. Clockwork, Skywrath Mage have amazing synergy. You're guaranteed to lock in. You're guaranteeing you get that full 600 damage. On that hero. He also has really, really long range, so he can actually, when the Clockwork jumps in, Skywrath Mage doesn't have to go too far in. He doesn't rely on a Blink Dagger or something like that in order to get close enough to lay down some additional damage. His silence is also going to be pretty nice versus heroes like Nature's Prophet and Sand King.
I'm feeling a problem, though, if you go for something like a Skywrath, because it means if you don't actually make the most out of your rotations and find kills early on, you're going to find yourself in a really bad position. You can do another thing and just grab like an Enigma. You can grab something and go into the jungle because you're battling up against potentially SK flash farming inside the jungle too. Same for Tidehunter. You can just flash farm the off lane with the ancient area. So either you get strong enough to contest them at all times, or you try and play the economic battle. So I'm kind of with you as well. Like Skywrath Mage be a great pickup, but if hehe are going to do that, they must move out and they must be confident enough up against KG to try and battle in their face very early on. And really up against Live with an Ancient Apparition, I would never feel that confident. Not until you have your ultimates up and running.
Yeah, so another thing that I didn't mention, the Skywrath Mage is a really good roamer with the Earthshaker. They're a great dual support combination very early on, and they will actually be able to out-support, however you want to say it. We have out-carry. You're going to out-support the Ancient Apparition and the Sand King. Right? The Ancient Apparition does very little when it comes to rotation. Sand King also does nothing because he's trying to prioritize his Blink Dagger. As an early roamer, he's very, very poor because the range on his stun is so low that it's hard for you to be able to get in range and be the first stun in. So in general, you're going to have a lot more impact from the Earthshaker and the Skywrath Mage early on, so they can actually provide more roaming power to the mid lane and actually be able to put more pressure on the offlane hero, which is going to be the Furion. They can put more pressure on those two lanes, so they should actually win both their safe lane as well as their mid, purely from those two supports. And then on top of that, Clockwork, well, he's just a solid offlaner in general. So I think their lanes are going to go well. I think they have great opportunities to shut down the sniper with the Clockwork Skywrath Mage combination, as well as a long-range initiation from the Earthshaker as well. Another hero who doesn't necessarily rely on a Blink Dagger anymore because of even just a small buff to the Fissure range makes it so that the Fissure is so long that you're able to make an initiation without needing a Blink.
Well, man, let's see how it's all going to unfold right now. So, hehe. They're going to be at the lanes, so basic lanes, so fire off lane Clockwork. Neos Earthshaker this time around. The Blue Banana will be going towards the middle lanes, the Death Prophet, and that leaves HWA, the farming lane, the farming Razor on the bottom lane to be supported by Chips as the Skywrath Mage. So that also leaves KPG, who currently haven't put anybody onto that bottom lane. We've got Goddamn just hovering around with Roots First SK, so obviously looking for some early kills. Jet's going to be the man who looks like he's going for a bottle rush on a Tidehunter. So this may even be a middle lane Tidehunter, and then the off lane Nature's Prophet to be played by Goric. And that means you've got the Sniper free farming safe lane on the top lane, Wraith Band of Tangos, and PSM to back him up as the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that last pick too much, but they grabbed themselves a Tidehunter, an additional teamfight hero that is going to be run in the mid lane because he has no real other options. Their laning phase is pretty well set in stone. So they're going to be running that. I think the bottle is a smart decision by him because he's going to be dealing with a hero that doesn't rely on physical damage to harass. Like, it's all Crypt Swarm, so it's all magical damage. So if you even, like, Anchor Smash does nothing for you because you're never going to be able to get in range with the Death Prophet. And on top of that, your Kraken Shell is not going to be able to provide you any tankiness because most of the time you're going to be dealing with magic damage, the nuke coming out constantly from the Death Prophet. So he's going to need some sustain, and the bottle gives him that. It not only gives him the ability to spam Anchor Smash, but also gives him that ability to constantly heal himself up. So I think that's a great idea. Going bottle first, and on top of that, I think in general going for any sort of Blink Dagger initiation hero for the mid lane was smart. I didn't expect the Tidehunter, but it makes sense.
Man, this Nature's Prophet offlane is such a nuisance. Like, they're committing fissures, they're trying to get rid of these damn treants, but a new set's now going to get summoned up by Goric, and he's going to continuously block up these support camps. Actually, he's too late on it. I'm really surprised that didn't happen. Like, he had enough cooldown, he could have just summoned them up. So at the 1 minute mark, they're actually going to get both those camps now spawn up for the Radiant side. So the pulling now is available for hehe.
And the early smoke rotation, both Chips as well as Nihis are going to be smoking up and going behind the middle lane where Tidehunter is waiting on his bottle to come to him, but it's not going to make it there in time.
Not dead couriers.
Dead Courier and possibly dead Tidehunter as well.
It depends how long, like, where's that Courier going? It's actually hugging the tree,
smart
expecting
play.
him to be up higher, but Jet, no, he backs up, he'll grab that out. Now, the Courier is in pretty damn close, but Jet's got the two bottle charges still available.
He's trapped.
Yep, Prophet though, hey, he was considering TPing in for Chips.
Death Prophet just needs to push out the lane faster. They could have actually trapped the Tidehunter in the middle tier 1 tower and gone for the dive, but unfortunately the lane was too far pushed.
If Prophet did TP in just then too, it was potential kill over on Chips. They would have turned what was like a gank one way to the other. But at the same time, if Tide needed a gush to do so, like with the gush and a Prophet TPing, and they may have had enough. Since they didn't have another control, goddamn, he's in a lot of trouble though. Their Centaur in from the side, but it's mainly Chips just orbing, and one last attack. There it is. Skywrath Mage will take the first blood inside the enemy jungle, catching out the Sand King.
And now roam back to middle. You're going to see the Skywrath Mage potentially look for wrapping around behind because Jet is constantly so low from all the Crypt Swarm spam. Yeah, they're just going to sit on this lane constantly, and that leaves, you know, Furion is getting a lot of farm. Yeah.
Run down. Actually, I think he'll just die from right clicks. Even with the Kraken Shell, the orb attack is on the way in, so there goes Jet. Skywrath Mage now most successful hero in the game, taking a 2-for-0 lead on kills, and it's actually matching his CS now, which is actually, he destroyed it. It's 2-for-1.
The downside is Furion's getting a lot in this bottom lane, but it's still going to be a winning lane for the Razor who can force him out, and it's still going to be a free farm lane for the Razor in general.
It's a 15-4 up against a 7-2, and that's where the Razor are ahead. Yeah.
Clockwork has been shut out pretty well by those supports, but inevitably he's going to get some experience here just because Sand King and Ancient Apparition don't do enough for you in the laning phase. Like unless the Ancient Apparition is only sitting in lane and only harassing the Clockwork, that's the only way you can actually keep him back in any way. Sand King's rotations probably won't work because Clockwork is going to see it ahead of time and back away. And then the Sniper is good harassment against many offlaners because he's got such a long range. He could just come in, get a couple of right clicks here and there. But Clockwork, he's just trading regen for experience.
He's actually picking up a couple of last hits. He actually took the Hellbear just then too. Like, it's a level 1 rocket, but got the timing perfect. With the Observer Wall on the side, he knows when the AA is coming in close. And until, like, when those rocket levels go a little bit higher, so I'm interested to see what he gets at level 3. Like, Battery Assault will be one way of doing it. No, he gets a second level up in the Rocket Flare, because he realizes he can help out the other lanes a lot more. But more importantly, I think, when he puts that harassment directly into the Sniper, Sniper's not getting himself high regeneration. In fact, Sniper, as he picks up the glove, I assume it's going to be Treads, but if he goes into something like a Hand of Midas, he's going to have so low life points, the Clockwork can keep him low, wait for the level 6 to arrive, and then just pounce.
So we saw a lot of this back when the Chinese were first bringing the Sniper back into the scene. They were running a mid-Sniper who was going for more levels of take aim and also maxing out shrapnel, so you would be able to push down towers. The idea being that he gets a good amount. Like, he sits very, very safe in the middle lane because he has such a long range that he can sit very far back. He gets a lot of experience, a lot of gold, free farms the mid lane, and then they instantly go for 5-man, and the shrapnel allows them to take down quick towers. Here, Sniper is actually going for more levels of headshot. I'm not sure if I agree with this because Headshot is a great ability, but I think they rely too heavily on taking down towers. I think he needs to be prioritizing Shrapnel, not necessarily pushing the lane right now, but they need to be ready to take down 1 or 2 tier 1s because they need Blink Dagger on the Tidehead.
They're coming middle lane. Goddamn, he's only got 1 point up in the Burrow Strike with a Gush, Burrow, and then proper TPing in. Very quick for the kill. Chilling Touch bonus damage, and 2 points actually up in the Cold Feet as opposed to the Chilling Touch. So they're able to bring down the Crob in the mid. And that's able to tip at least some of the momentum the way of KPG.
Yeah, Blue Banana, I'm not sure what he was doing there. He was just sitting AFK.
He came down a little bit closer. He was just trying to force up against Jet and wasn't expecting the 2 heroes to be smoked and moving towards him.
Yeah, either way, his way of retreat was blocked out by the Nature's Prophet teleport. Yeah. So even then, he would have been hit by a Sprout. Sprout probably would have allowed the Sand King to get in range for a Fissure. So,
speaking of Sand King, 2nd point up in the Sandstorm now with that gank, which means he can take up that triple stack he was working on inside the jungle. We're really going to watch the timing of that Blink Dagger. But I've also got to watch Gorak here on the bottom lane. Earthshaker Fissure, he actually hung around. If he went straight back to back towards the tower right now, he would have been okay. But the Fissure will lock him in the corner. He can attempt the TP out, but it's not going to work. The Seal, just in case, is as he's in the corner. And Razor will get the last hit on that one.
Razor, if he is able to... I think he should still be going for the mech and allow the Death Prophet to go for the fast Yules. And they will have so much survivability. The Yule is going to be pretty necessary, by the way, for this Death Prophet, because we talked about the combination. The Furion ult, the Ice Blast, you know, just that is going to threaten the Death Prophet pretty heavily. You include an Assassinate as well. They can actually kill someone without committing any heroes to actual fighting. So the Yule Scepter is going to be necessary to dodge the Assassinate hit, because that nuke is going to actually tip her over the edge.
Well, we'll see if she does build into that one. For now, we've just got the courier flying out a stick for Blue Banana. So that reveals absolutely nothing. But top lane Fire, able to get the cogs with the Battery Assault. Unfortunately for Fire, his level on that Battery Assault is really damn low, but it may just be enough. The Cold Feet. He's got Rocket off cooldown in 11 seconds time. The Vortex trying to slow him down. The Sniper sticking on the back tail of him. Chilling Touch bonus damage. 1 headshot is probably all he's going to really require here, but he doesn't have the range for it. And Fire... where's he guess? The Observer Ward, and now...
oh, it's so close.
It's just off to the side.
Oh, it was so close.
He'll have one more shot, though. He'll have one more shot. And PSM walked underneath it. Look at he's pinging the path he would be going if he'd run up high. So he just keeps the mark going for himself. Mystic Flare, here it comes.
He's got it.
Here it comes. The line.
It's slightly short. Oh, beautiful.
From downtown.
Well done.
Substitution for KPG. Ancient Apparition to the bench.
I gotta say, so I just want to point out what he was doing there with the pings. If you guys have ever seen like professional Clockwork players in their point of view, when they're in those sort of scenarios, they'll actually hover over the fog area and they'll mentally move their screen along with the same movement speed of the enemy hero. It's a good way of just kind of like mentally calculating. That's what he was doing with those pings. He was pinging for himself where the Ancient Apparition would be if he was walking in a straight line.
We had an interesting rotation there from Chips and the Hiss. They were looking towards middle lane. I think that they then realized the Tide was level 6 as the smoke rotation happens from now the SK as well as the AA. But it's the Earthshaker getting into the tree line up against the Sniper. So they need one more hero to come up here, and there's your TP coming in from the Clockwork. Now, this isn't a level 6 Clockwork. He is not ready to do that. But with Rocket Spam, Seal, Concussive Shot, Orb, Fissure, actually able to reach him as well. There goes your Seal a little bit later on that one, but Fire, Rocket's coming off cooldown. He'll slam it in, and one more attack from Chips will get the kill, but the Ravage from Jet, catching 3, Anchor Smash through 2 of them, and now in the hits, he's only got one option, and that's, well, try and Totem Stop then back again. Fissure's back off cooldown, Fire's in trouble. He's trying to actually hookshot himself far enough out of range of the Cold Feet, unable to do so, and now with 3 heroes on the top lane, they're chasing down the Earthshaker, and they'll have him. The Gush is there. There's no mana really available for PSM, but there is for Goddamn and Prophet. Well, okay, kill secure. Tundra actually did still get the kill, but Prophet lended the Wrath of Nature to help out.
So despite the fact that I said that the Earthshaker and Skywrath Mage are going to have better rotations, the Ancient Apparition and Sand King have done really well for themselves. Blue Banana, free kill. Free kill.
Wasn't actually looking for that one.
Yeah, Invis, he just walked in, found the Ancient Apparition by himself. But
Really?
they did a good job with like their smoke gank. They actually were able to initiate with the Sand King, which is pretty rare, but the smoke gank on mid allowed them to be able to do so. Now they've done a really good job countering the movement of Skywrath Mage as well as the Earthshaker, always being there for the response. So they've done it very well for themselves, despite the fact that they have some heroes that are less inclined to make a big splash in the early game.
Yeah. Speaking of one man, are you a happy man looking at this Midas over on the Sniper?
I think Sniper is a hero that benefits from Midas pretty damn well. So, because all of his abilities are so good. Even Shrapnel, which used to be like a, you used to see 0-4-4 in stats builds on Snipers because
Bottom lane,
Shrapnel was so bad.
HWA step. That was it's a simple blink into Gush, then the Burrow Strike to follow up from the SK, and the Ancient Apparition will be the man to claim the kill. And that's level 6 for Ancient Apparition. Actually didn't have to let the Ice Blast go. He held on to it then. But they just got themselves a 3-on-1 kill on the Razor. Razor did, however, before the end of the death, he's got an Overclub as well as a point booster. We're potentially seeing a BKB, but we're potentially also could be looking at a rushed Aghanims.
Kompas are just doing a much better job rotating around the map so far. They're using their cores to move around now with the Tidehunter grabbing that fast Blink Dagger. And the Clockwork has yet to have a successful hookshot. Like, he's supposed to be having a greater impact than the Furion at this point in time, but he's simply not because he hasn't found the hookshot.
There's movement coming up towards that top lane. Now he's able to get himself some Arcane Brutes up and running. Spans out Fissure, but the Ice Blast also on the way in. Now going to go both heroes, then the Ravage, and also the Wrath of Nature. They're both going to shatter here. Tide takes one of them, and Chips dies in the trees. Middle lane's being pushed out by Blue Banana as well as Fire, and Blue Banana's going to stop taking damage from this tower. I know he's going to regenerate up when the Spirits come back in again. Last hit in the tower. Okay, it goes to the Clockwork.
Yeah, you just can't afford to be sitting low up against the Furion Ice Blast combination. So
it's only like half of Team Global, but could you imagine what happens when you had the other half of Team Global? You realize where it's not safe to be anywhere across the map. Now TP, Earthshake, he's in really aggressively here. He TP'd into 3 heroes then, and no one from KPG responded. Now the Prophet will come in and sprout him. Assassination's on the way too. Fissure trying to give an extra little space here, and Clockwork. No hookshot, the A ulti, and it got him. There goes your Earthshaker again. More TP supports on the way. That's the Razor finally going to come into the fight. Concussive Shock going to slow down Jet. TP out by a Sniper. He accepts the fact that Tunant now is a casualty of war. He'll die inside the cogs with Fire as well as HWA and Chips all hitting on him.
So I knew this is going to be a possibility, but I didn't really expect it. No mech is going to be had on the side of hehe because the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast is going to be so strong. I guess they're anticipating they're never going to be able to have the opportunity because there's so many big team fight ultimates for KPG. They're going, we're never going to survive long enough to wait for the Ice Blast to go down and then activate the mech. So instead, we're going to see pure stats coming out. So Yule Scepter for the Death Prophet because it's a great item for her this game. Always is.
Nice hook. Skywrath Mage. That was your combination you're talking about from hehe.
Yeah.
Guaranteed lock, guaranteed kill.
Aghanims. Razor. That was the finish of the sentence.
But did he do that?
Yeah, he's going for a straight Ags. No mech.
Ah, you're right, because the Mystic Staff's over on the Courier.
Yep. So,
but doesn't have the remaining part of it, though. The Courier's still flying up. And there's a full urn now finished up for the Skywrath Mage too. So they bring down every single outer tier 1 tower, which obviously when you're running a Acrobolus, you'd hope for that. But once you do actually have that full Aghanim Scepter over for Razor, yeah, look, he's actually sending the Courier back. It's picking up most of the Yule Scepter, actually, if not all of it. And Razor now has enough money for the full axe. So he's back to base 2.
Perfect. So Razor, what this allows, it allows him to not only tank up, so he's not relying on mech to be part of his health and then
Razor,
being disappointed by Ice Blast.
Take your blade, Razor.
But
sorry, he's leaving base without his item, and the Courier's going to waste some time coming back over again.
I don't know why, but also this will give him more pushing power, which is something pretty essential for hehe here. Because you have all these teamfight ultimates for KPG, but at the same time, they're all decently long cooldown. So the Furion ult is 90 seconds at level 1. You have the very, very long cooldown, 150 seconds on the Ravage, and even longer, 140 seconds, not longer, on the Epicenter. So Even if they do win a team fight by using the Ravage and using the Epicenter in order to take down 3 or 4 heroes of hehe, they can just come right back and force another fight after that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
There's a lot of movement coming down towards that bottom lane, or at least there was from KPG. I think they're going to realize, though, that the Cropulus has now been power leveled. Earthshaker did a couple of stacks, and they had like 3 or 4 of them. Basically, oh, hello, middle lane. Fire Strike, Assassination, and now Skyroad's going to try and turn it into SK. I think Razor got enough life points to survive that one. But Crop has a level 2 ultimate because of that power leveling. They just bumped him from 10.5 up to 11. Which means now, force the issue, hehe. Aghanim sits up for HWA, let him heal up, TP's the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane, and they can try and take a fight.
Looks like we're going to be seeing a...
My bad.
mech for the Tidehunter.
Sorry, I pulled a cable.
Which is the best item at this point in time. Like, you don't really go for... You're not really aiming for 25 or 30-minute refresher. Mech is probably a higher impact and much lower cost item at this point in time. So it makes a little sense for you to try and go for a refresher as your second item when you're running a mid-tide like this.
Clockwork's trying to have a bit of a look around with these rockets as well. And Jet actually get static linked up. The SK still in the tree line. Now he's going to blink himself in. Burrow Strike as well, and Clockwork right in the money for the hook shot, but the Ravage buys the space in for KPG. And Prophet with his TP in. The Silence trying to keep the Ancient Apparition out of this play. Death Prophet, I don't know about this ultimate. That's just a blow. That's all that really is. Out the hole, and then blink, Burrow Strike on the fire. Skywrath will drop the ulti, and with the Clockwork cogs in, they both tank it together. Skywrath has his hazer, at least he can try and run himself out, but then again, he gets caught inside the trees, and now blink, Burrow Strike, he's down. It's a triple kill for the Sniper, who will unbreak the seal and go all the way back to base, happy with his reward of 3 kills and a lot of gold.
Yeah, with Midas, Power Treads, and now another 1,600 gold on top of that. It almost looks like he's going for the Hovo style, like tanking up the Sniper. Because he actually has a Bracer as well as a Wraith Band, and is now going for a Force Staff? Okay, that's a first. He just wants...
A lot of TPs coming bottom lane, and Blue Banana can't stop him in any of them. Ancient Apparition's already TP'd himself out. There goes Gorik, and too late. They all get back out. Tide, AA, and Prophet.
So you remember my...
the Nature's one.
How he was talking about there's no saving heroes for the Sniper when he gets caught in the Clockwork cogs. That's why he's going for a Force Staff. That is the only reason he's going for a Force Staff, is just to be able to get himself out of that death hookshot cogs combination.
Yep. Blink, Gush. Okay, that's Chips in a lot of trouble. Anchor Smash as well. One more attack from the Tide, and he actually might need a secondary one, but he's in range for the Anchor Smash, which means the kill is there. And Jet actually in the shadows of the trees. So the tower's not attacking him. So an easy, quick pick off there by KPG. And they'll attack now into the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane. That's hehe, in fact, doing such a thing while Fire's waiting for just a small opening. One person will be a little bit too far out so he can hook shot in. This is one of these really weird games, man. You got KPG moving across the map, and I'm feeling so confident for every single time they initiate a fight. And then you got hehe, who continues to take map control. And with a Crop as well as a Razor, with the amount of power they've already got with Aghanim as well as high-level ultimate of Exorcism, you got enough pushing power that you can still cripple KPG into a corner, no matter how many kills you think they can take.
Yeah, it's this very odd situation where both teams, they're both kind of squishy, and they both have like these hero abilities that guarantee kills. Like if you get a blink, Burrow Strike, Epicenter,
Blue Banana's dead.
Kill.
Blue Banana is so totally dead. Blink, Burrow Strike, as well as the Blink Gush. Nice, he also dropped into the air, will evade the assassination, but Sand King kills him off with the Sandstorm. Now Fire comes in with the battery assault, but he's got blocked up by these little trinkets of Nature's Prophet. Then the Epicenter in from Goddamn. Not enough mana for a Burrow Strike, but the Ravage out from Jet. And with the follow-up Sprout, they can control HWA in one position. Still no mana here from Goddamn, and he's sandstorming underneath the range of the tower. They can see him quite clearly. Mystic Flares available from Chips, puts it in Goddamn in the tree line, and maybe there's enough damage. They're so low in life, 34 and 19, and now the 34 one will survive. 19 goes down, Earthshaker is coming up, needs a finish up, not in time. Didn't actually throw it at the end of the day. KPG, man, again, another convincing fight, and now this is the time they take map control. Tier 1 tower belongs to them.
Yeah, so what I was saying earlier, where both teams have like very squishy heroes, and yet both of them have so many like offensive abilities. You could just jump in Ravage, jump in Epicenter. At the same time, he had the same combination, right? The Clockwork hook shot into the Skywrath Mage ultimate is a guaranteed kill on anybody you find. So it just comes down to who's initiating first. In Kompas Gaming, they've made much better rotations throughout the whole entire game with their heroes, despite the fact, again, those supports not as strong as the ones on hehe, in my opinion, still were able to make just as good of an impact in the first 10 minutes because their rotations were better. And we're seeing that as we now get into the mid-game.
Yulceptor up. They're going to try and hold the AA in position. He just turns Ice Blast, Cold Feet, force Blue Banana away. He's the one with the bonus damage, but he is most definitely dead. Haste Room was giving the overconfidence into that AA. And I'm pretty sure the only reason why he was coming down here was to put aggressive Observer Wards with the Haste Stream. That's the only reason why he'd risk his life in such a manner.
Now hehe are in this odd position where they're pretty far behind, despite the fact you look at the gold lead and it doesn't actually, it's very, very slightly in the favor of Kompas Gaming. But remember how many towers this hehe squad have gotten.
Yep.
So they're actually really far behind. Experience almost 10,000 lead for Kompas.
Oh, goddamn, commit right now. Actually, he can't. Like, what's he going to do? He's got no epicenter. Puts in a sentry ward. That's going to do nothing. Roshan says.
Yeah, they have no idea what's going on either. So
well, the rocket came out from fire, but yeah, then again, that can come from anywhere across the map.
yeah.
Radiant's top tower
Because they got no observer ward vision, so they don't know. I'm wondering if that circle, which is now being drawn out by the Dwarven Sniper, is, yo, guys, this area here, we know nothing. And while we know nothing here, he can free farm and continue just to force the issue. Doesn't matter how much farm Sniper has. If he gets caught out by the combo, then the Krob ulti and the Razor ulti go to work. And once Razor also has that BKB, there is really only one person that's going to be... Actually, no. I don't know if there's even one person that will really cause him too many problems.
Yeah, they're trying to get a pipe and double BKBs. Once those are up for hehe, they can 5-man
Yes,
towers.
dunk it.
No.
He's considering it.
Hunter is too big. He's got a mech.
Yeah, true. But it was when Ancient Apparition was standing right next to him, they could have got the Echo Slam with a full creep wave there.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're searching for. But the Plasma Field will take care of most of the creep wave. And they may even find out the SK. Over on the side, there goes your orb, flies up. He's already used the Blink Dagger, but the initiation came out from the Tidehunter. Ravage, he's already used it as well. There's your Echo Slam out from the Hiss. How much more damage does he have? Krob has no ultimate. 4-staff away, goddamn. Actually being saved right there. That wasn't even the Sniper's one. Now Sniper can actually use it to save out Jet. The Jet Anchor Smash. HOA loses a lot of his damage points here, but Death Prophet comes in, finishes the job. There's your Epicenter, mopping up the Clockwork, but with the Crypt Swarm as well, there's enough damage for a triple kill coming in for Blue Banana. And they've just taken this fight while they've still got Exorcism off cooldown. 1 second, now it's off. They could push tier 2 tower if they wanted to, but they're worried about the Prophet on the top.
Yeah, Death Prophet is going to wait. He's going to stop the push, but also get a BKB off of this. So I don't think there's any need for them to take tier 2s. Those are going to come in time, right? They just wait for the BKBs. Those are almost up. Razor is going to have his as well, and just another 300 gold. And at that point, well, Sniper's just picked himself up a Maelstrom. Even more incentive for the BKBs. So there's going to be a lot of lost damage. Again, it's going to come down to the initiation, though, from Kompas Gaming. So despite the fact that hehe are about to get all these really big items that should counter Kompas entirely, it's all going to be up to whether or not the Tidehunter can jump in and get the Ravage and catch out those heroes before they can activate the BKBs. Because if they just get one stun, they easily have enough instant damage on top of that from the Ice Blast, the Furion ult. If they don't kill anybody with the combination, they'll certainly put them low enough to still ensure that they can win the team fight and chase the heroes down.
Clockwork is looking for a good hook shot. We've already seen a good aggressive Observer Ward being planted down by the Skywrath Mage, so he's looking for the opening just straight in. And with the BKB there, now SK way! That's not what his plan was. That's a Burrow Strike away, but Clockwork hook shots into the Tidehunter. Baits out the Cold Feet, a lot of damage, and actually loses his own life for this one. Now, they do take the tier 2 tower, but they lose the Clockwork for it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's better than the Razor going down, right? I mean, just the Assassinate put him about 100 health.
At the same time, though, Razor's walking around with the Aegis the Immortal, which is getting reclaimed in 3 minutes' time. They may have really preferred the Razor to be the one who's dead here.
I think they need the Aegis for the next big commitment they take. I think they can probably this is really their time to shine, so they can actually 5-man into the tier 2 next. They can. The Aegis kind of ensures if they do get caught out before they can pop the BKBs.
Totem Stomp actually almost stunned up SK as well as Jet perfectly. Skywrath Mage Ultimate causing a couple more problems too. Crypt Swarm, Crypt has to get himself back out of here. At the same time, you got a BKB Razor in his way. Ravage, the Crypt Swarm, or maybe there'll be enough damage. And yes, Jet does go down. It's actually Blue Banana's ultimate, that Exorcism doing its work. And HWA, now his ultimate will finally come off cooldown. Eulceptor will send the Prophet up and towards the air. And that's going to be 2 cores of 1 support down for KPG. And hehe, they lost the Earthshaker, who was the initial person being initiated on. Clockwork, hook shot, 1 second, fire. Is he going to go for the jump? Yeah, he does. Hits the mark perfectly. Sniper, no force half. 6 seconds on the cooldown. Battery is on. He needs it to hit the damn sniper. The orbs are coming up with the earn damage and the rocket. That's the dead sniper right there. And they may be able to go high ground now. No ultimate out from, no exorcism available. But you do have Razor, a batter crack, level 16 effect. Are they giving him the space to... No, they just need this creep wave, which is up here, to go down. And he has now level 16. Level 3, Static Storm coming out with Aghanim's upgrade. Made the buildings hit the floor.
Who needs Exorcism when you've got Eye of the Storm with Aghanims?
No one.
It's more than enough pushing power.
It's SK going to attempt this.
Epicenter.
Here it comes. Goddamn's going to jump himself in. The Eulceptor, though, was protecting the Cropulus, so he didn't go down straight away. And now the orb damage coming the way with the plasma field. It's enough to get a kill over on the SK. He'll have to buy himself back while the Echo Slam, the Hesghost jumping himself in to kill up that Nature's Prophet. And maybe they can still catch down Goddamn. Attempting the silence, but he backed himself up with the with protection of the Invis of Sandstorm. There's still no ultimate available from Death Prophet. And 23 seconds on cooldown for Razor. Burrow Strike, keeping the rest of KPG out. And goddamn, hook shot in with also the cogs means no one can really jump in from KPG. No force staffing the Tidehunter over the rock wall. So they can back themselves up, but I kind of feel they're still in a position they can push in. The pipe is up. The ulties may be on cooldown, but they're coming off.
Now that pipe means you have to get all 3 cores with the Ravage. You have to catch out the Death Prophet and the Razor before they pop their BKBs, and then also hit the Clockwork, because otherwise the Clockwork is just going to hook shot in, counter initiate, pop the pipe, and the Ice Blast is going to do nothing for you at that point. So it's actually going to be a great, just another great way for hehe to be able to protect themselves. KPG, they had this lineup where they were good until defensive items were up for hehe. The moment those were up, Kompas Gaming just start falling apart because they're relying on a carry that is, well, to put it shortly, it's completely unreliable.
Then pipe and BKB from Death Prophet. They didn't use the BKB over on the Razor, but I don't think that was really the best way to use that long BKB duration from Blue Banana. Assassination, they're throwing everything they've got at this Razor, but the mid-ranks just melted, and there was no collateral. All up on top lane, Blue Banana trying to chase down the Nature's Prophet, but unable to reach him. And Fire's just sitting there underneath the Dire Observer Ward to boot. And are they going to try and come in for this one? Tide's already going to kill on the Skywrath Mage, but Ravage is on cooldown. And Clockwork, a defensive cog, but Prophet TP towards the high ground. He's got nowhere to get through the tree line. Actually, yes, he does. There's your hook shot up, but the Burrow Strike from Goddamn able to also reach it. Fire assassinated by the sniper in middle lane. So they may have taken mid-racks, but they've given some space here for KPG after the fight.
It's the Kompas. They really need to start taking some of these towers. That's the biggest gold lead right now for hehe has always been those towers. And they needed to even that out, and that's why I was calling for the Shrapnel. But you could see Sniper is not even going. He's going for level of stats over the Shrapnel, which at this point I can agree with, right? Because Shrapnel is good early game. We're starting to get heavily into the mid game. Shrapnel is not going to be nearly the same amount of presence in team fights as just a couple extra stats will do for you.
Man, a lot of TPs coming in. Goddamn getting just tagged up a little bit. HWA now tries to take out a little bit more of the damage. The BKB actually evades the Burrow Strike. Prophet will TP in. HWA just wants out, and he gets out too. TP under the cover of his own BKB. There was no stuns anyway. The SK was already out. The Ravage is on cooldown.
Oh, wow. Jet went for a pipe after his mech. So he is seriously delaying his refresher. They need to get that one up. Refresher's going to be pretty necessary because he needs to be able to jump in, pop a Ravage, and then back refresh and wait for a second Ravage. Because chances are they're not going to, like, I'm watching hehe. They've actually got incredibly good fast reactions. I don't think you're actually going to be able to stun anyone before they pop their BKBs. I mean, even just that last display by the Razor, who popped his BKB before the Sand King could hit the Burrow Strike on him, was an impressive display of reactions there.
Well, we're going to need 1 minute called out by the Ancient Apparition, so KPG down for a bit of a powwow. Work out what they can do. But yeah.
This is why you don't see Sniper, though. Right? You don't see Sniper in traditional 1 positions. You see him being picked up as,
you can
like
pick him
with
up as a
Navi.
2.
Yeah, when the Chinese were running him, they were running him as a pusher. When Navi picked him up, the game that I casted on them, they should have been running him as a pusher. Havos got picked off a few times unnecessarily. But in general, he's being utilized for his shrapnel. Once, it's either one or two ways, right? It's either when blink daggers are up for the enemy team, Sniper's in trouble, or when, in this scenario, where just the defensive items, where they survive through the initial burst via their BKBs or the pipes, then they just run at him. And Snipers just can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't provide enough physical damage. I think the Force Staff was too much commitment there from the Sniper. I think he's seriously regretting that pickup because that is 2,300 gold down the drain at this point in time.
He could have relied on his support heroes to do it instead. Like, to have someone like a Tidehunter pick it up instead of picking up the pipe. That way, if he did get caught, then someone else saves his ass. And he becomes that damage dealer which he have to respect and back up from. Yeah. Someone that even after, like, you can expend everything and they evade the first burst damage, that you can still stand there and go, I will still be able to kill you. But I'm looking at Acrobulus right now with 1,800 life points, Eul Scepter. He actually purchased the mech after getting the casual vitality booster as well. Now the AOL is going to come in, and now Tide commits the Ravage. He got 2 of the BKB heroes with the fall burst, but the Clockwork Hawk shots him with the Mystic Flare, and Blue Banana just sits on the side. They've actually waited almost the entire duration of the Ice Blast. Now 2 heroes from either side have gone down here, but they'll regenerate in a moment. Where's that assassination coming? It's over on fire. The one hero that had no chance of dying from an assassination.
Yeah,
even Blue Banana, I don't think would have died from that assassination.
It was a beautiful setup there from KPG. I don't think you get a better initiation with the Tidehunter and the Sand King. It's just unfortunate the Sniper does not have enough damage to follow that up. There's no reason that the Death Prophet should have lived through there. But it comes down to the Sniper just didn't have enough damage. He also played really well around the Earthshaker, though.
Yeah. Now, you see how they're dealing with this now? With double Mjolnir looks to be the way to do it. So we got double lightning shields. At least that's if Nature's Prophet does finish up this Maelstrom into Mjolnir. But you've also got a large amount of like split pushing power. So when the creep waves come in, no matter how big they are, you're able to mop them up rather quickly with both the Prophet as well as the Sniper. Yeah, he's
looking at it, but he's got no follow-up.
Yeah, he needs more teammates to be around him. And right now, Sniper wants one other thing, and that's Roshan. The rocket, however, perfect timing from Clockwork. So we've already got Fire making his way down. And KPG have to back out of the pit. They have no other alternative right now. Because either he just delay them with one hero and take the top rags. They fully take top rags for a trade-off. Or they force a team fight and take top rags. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing a scenario right now.
They either 5-man into Roshan or 5-man into the enemy base.
Yeah,
right?
There's no epicenter, there's no Ravage.
There's no winning scenario for KPG.
Yeah, it really does feel that way. Like, a Blink Burrow Strike is only going to be half, and he only got one hero, and that was the Razor. And Razor, Mystic Flare will buy him a little bit of space. He never got the one charges. He had 6 one charges available, never triggered them off, and there was no mech coming out from Blue Banana either.
KPG, successful defense, and gonna try and take advantage of that Roshan Fire, though. So smart.
The second he TP'd in, the rocket arrived. The second he TP'd in.
Fire's game sense is... He's been on top of it, man.
Yeah, agreed. His Clockwork's been really, really good.
His rotations early on were a little iffy, but it wasn't necessarily all his fault.
Yeah. Sometimes things go south.
Yeah, sometimes you agree to, like, your supports go for a certain gank and you're not actually utilizing hookshot.
Okay, and KPG, man, they're going to force this?
Oh,
this is really cocky. Like, they got 12 seconds until Razor is up. Yeah, they got enough damage. They can do this, and with Tide Ravage as well as Epicenter available, yep, they've got Roshan. Clockwork is not going to jump in on that one. Not even for a snatch.
Yeah, because if the sniper needs an Aegis so badly because he needs to be able to commit all the money he has to buying more damage. He just simply does not have enough right now. So with the Aegis, it means he no longer has to hold on to buyback money.
What's he actually going to buy? Is it just a straight Demon Edge at the moment? Sells the Bracer? Yeah, it is. Probably. Straight Demon Edge. So this can go one of two ways. The most Well, you can go Monkey King Bar or you can go Daedalus.
I don't think MKB is necessary for this game.
So just a straight Daedalus then.
Yeah, because there is no evasion on the side of hehe. MKB is still a great damage dealing item, even if you're not dealing with evasion. But I would personally go for the RNG and go. I hope I get. Like, if I have the opportunity to get 1 or 2 shots on the Death Prophet, I'm hoping one of those is going to be a critical, and I pop that Death Prophet with the Ice Blast and everything else before she can do a whole lot of damage with the Yule Scepter Exorcism combo.
Yeah. But then, of course, you're going to be favoring the Razor shortly once he finishes up that Refresher Orb. Because with Double Eye of the Storm, like if you leave him up, your base is gone. It's just that simple, as well as the rest of your team, obviously. And I think that's what Nature's Prophet's meant for. He said she picked up an Ultimate Orb, so we're looking at a Scythe of Vice coming the way of Nature's Prophet. But then again, even after you hex him with the Double Eye of the Storm up and running, you're just getting killed by chickens then.
So remember what Team Coast were doing in their match? They were initiating outside of the base. That's what KPG need to be doing here. They can't afford to let the Razor pop his ultimate, refresh, pop another ultimate, and BKB into the base. Same goes with the Death Prophet. They need to be making the jump.
But this is the box they'll fight. Like, they won't fight up in this area here, and they won't try and fight up into here. But you're seeing where the SK is hiding up in the tree line. Like, he is looking for just that simple jump in that direction.
It's risky. I think it's risky because if you sit back here and you pop your abilities before just manning in, like Exorcism and Razor's ultimate both last a really long time. There's no reason to try and go uphill before you pop.
Eye of the Storm. Where's Refresher? There's BKB at
the
least, and now
is.
Refresher Orb, so he's got a secondary BKB, and he just melted the Sniper. The hookshot might have been off target. The SK, he's not even coming in. He has Epicenter available. There goes the Ravage. Now the Epicenter's on the way in. He's still going to hold out in the hits, but really, what damage has he done? He's killed off the Earthshaker while you've got the Crop ulti, and actually Crop ends up dying. That Lightning Shields actually really worked well for him. And after the buyback out from the Dwarven Sniper, with assassinations, they get a really big turnaround there. I was after I saw Razor go in on the Sniper, I thought, okay, this is over right now. We just go like grand final time, awesome. But nope, KPG kicked back.
No, KPG. I mean, that was such good control from them. They didn't panic, right? They let the Sniper be gone on. It's essentially what it came down to. They let the Sniper go down because they're like, he's got an Aegis. We wait. Razor committed a BKB in order to take down an Aegis. Without a BKB, you were extremely exposed to that Tidehunter. So it was just like, well, Razor has overcommitted himself. Now we just wait for the Tidehunter to find the perfect opportunity to jump. Epicenter follow-up with an Ice Blast over the top that ensures you win the team fight rather easily. And Sniper comes back and just, claims a couple of kills here and there. He now has a full-out Daedalus, so he's looking damn
They're coming
strong.
bottom lane. Now the Ice... that is possibly the most piddly Ice Blast I've seen in a while.
He need to commit to pushing, not killing. And especially going into a Sniper. Like, Sniper is always going to have a buyback, so you shouldn't be going for him anyway at this point in time, I don't think. Like, just commit to taking the tower and force KPG to come to you and try and have that reaction to pop the BKBs at the right time. Or even just lit the BKBs.
KPG don't need to come to them. They're still running a Nature's Prophet.
No, they should need to come to them, though. I'm saying that if he are running this strat correctly, they should be popping their double ultimates, popping their exorcism, popping BKB, and running at the buildings. Hit the buildings. The buildings are going to go down in 4 seconds.
So you basically say, screw your life, any net worth and money you have, all you do is putting it into killing buildings.
Well, I'm saying they're not going to go down that fast because 4 seconds is all you're going to need. BKBs last 4 seconds at this point in time, but that's all you're going to need in order to take down those buildings, and they can start backing themselves up. KPG...
Technically, also, you have an 8-second BKB over an HWA.
That's true.
Because you refresh your obs.
Yeah. But it still comes down to the fact that you can take the buildings with your BKB and then just start backing out. Like, sure, if you get caught, you get caught, but that's still a second lane of racks down, in which case you're just left with a 5-man bottom.
It looks like they're coming in for a kill at the moment, but there's nobody there. They put 2 sentry wards up on this top lane area, but there's no observers. Without the observers, they can't do really much. Daedalus is fully done now for Sniper. But with the creep waves pushed out so far, as not to mention, I think they're going to take tier 2 down the bottom lane. While here wandering themselves across the map, searching for somebody to kill. And maybe they found him. Clockwork?
Oh, okay.
Clockwork?
They had no idea how many heroes are bottom. So that's, I guess he was so afraid.
Now they're going to find out. And Prophet just TPs in. It's like, sweet. I spotted them out, so let's take the tier 2 tower. At this point, KPG could even get to a good position where they can find themselves with a better trade up against the buildings.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Yeah, possibly. They need to get back soon. They can't afford to make a straight-up racks for racks exchange. That doesn't really go your favor.
Well, here comes the TPs, man. Here's, look out. He blinked himself in. I'm pretty sure Goddamn knows he's there. Like, they might even catch a glimpse of him. He is so close. He can blink into a really good Echo Slam. And now, Hawk shot in. There's your first fissure. With the Mystic Flare, Artis, he's able to get himself out of that one with the 4-star, and they turn themselves into the battle. Fidus gets destroyed. It's a triple kill. It's an ultra kill for the sniper. And let's make it almost a rampage. Titan takes the last one. They literally got stuck in the mud, and KPG refused to crawl through the legs.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
So I said don't go for the kills on Sniper.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah, that's what they did.
Okay, so I think in that situation that was fine. Committing the Razor to kill the Sniper is not that good. If you commit the Clockwork to jump mixed in with the nuke damage of the Skywrath Mage, like you do a ton amount of damage to the Sniper, you almost kill him just with not fully committing your cores. In that situation, it should have been the Razor and the Death Prophet focusing on the building while they almost killed the Sniper real quick.
Building.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to go down.
Prophet just nips away at it. If he leaves a small little army behind too, he could even do some damage to the range racks.
I hate to point people out, but that was entirely on HWA. He had plenty of time to pop his BKB, and he didn't. He got caught by the Ravage, he got caught by the Burrow Strike follow-up, then the Ice Blast over the top, and he just popped from all that magic damage. He should have been able to get off his double ultimate. He should have been a factor in that team fight, but he died purely to AoE.
And now because of it, KPG, they've got themselves a 22,000 experience advantage. The goal graph, which was almost 7.5k the way of hehe, has turned to be 6,000 and increasing the way of KPG. We have a Veil of Discord over on Goddamn with 2.8k gold. This SK's got a crap ton of money. Ancient Apparition may not really have a hell of a lot, but just an Aghanim Scepter with almost a level 3 ultimate, that's enough. And Goric, you know what? I know a lot of people may be flaming this one later on, but I'm 100% for this. This is what I do. And I'm not going to say like I should be held as the highest Aegis Prophet player in the world. But when you're in a position when you want to try and get a team to fall back, you go as a Aegis Prophet, you got to force a base trade. And the fastest way to do a base trade is by having that negative armor reduction over on the buildings. You bring that range racks down to 3, and you're just able to chip away at it so quickly that the enemy's just like, wait, how the hell did he do it that fast? And that's where the Desolator kicks in. It's cheap, effective damage, especially up against buildings, which is KPG's objective right now. Get a counteract with a Prophet and force hehe to retreat every single time to buy them time to get all their ultimates back off cooldown again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. On top of that, Nature's Prophet being able to apply some minus armor, even if minus armor isn't the greatest going into the late game.
Considering no one built an AC, like Clockwork's only got 7 armor himself, it's...
So it just means that the Sniper's going to be hitting harder, so if he actually gets a critical on top of a hero that has that Desolator status on him, you know, that's a large amount of just burst physical damage.
TP's coming back. We're going again, man. We're going again. This time, though, they're going to initiate in. They see at least Gorek caught with the fissure. They jump themselves up. Clockwork. Well, the hookshot's going to come in, but HWA, again, look how deep he's going. Sniper just evaporates his life points. You can't take the fight. Now the Echo Slam will be on the way in. The Seal will be going over on the Eskets. There's no Burrow Strike to follow up. The Razor is brought back into this game as well. But remember, he doesn't have his double ultimate. They've lost the Clockwork. Prophet force-staffing himself up, looking for some kind of opening with a gush over on Chips. If he can reach him, it's only going to be one attack and then it'll be death. But in comes HWA. The ulti has triggered off right now, stealing out the damage from Goddamn. How much damage has he got? Ravage completely wafted. Shout out to Shiva as the assassination will go to. Maybe with the Veil of Discord, they have enough buff up. He's actually duking it around at the moment.
He's
wasting so much time. Yeah, he is dead. He's completely dead. With a buyback on cooldown, 85-second window was just ripped open by KPG.
Yeah, so the issue was that 10 minutes ago, if they'd done something like the Razor, at a certain point, it was all magic damage for KPG. There was no real physical damage coming out.
Yeah.
Even when the Sniper
was broke, he had nothing.
Yeah, even when the Sniper had just a Daedalus, he was still only hitting for 500 damage. When he crit, 500 damage. That's not you know, overwhelming by any means. Most heroes have a ton of armor at this point in time, so they can easily deal with that if they just pop their BKBs, focus on the racks, the physical damage from the sniper. The only hero who's going to be hitting you, the only hero who's going to be hitting you at that point is going to be the sniper. And he cannot burst down a hero. But now they've waited too long, and now he can. Now he just bursted down that Razor real quickly.
Dude, he's got 900 crits coming out now with the double damage rune on top of him.
Yeah.
So just shrapnel up Roshan. This is Aegis and Cheese as well. Rockets can scat it all they want, but there is no way they can take a fight here. Like, you got Tide Ravage while it might be on cooldown. Look at the damage coming out from Prophet, and I like this coming out from Aegis Prophet. I think he's actually going for a double negative armor right now and going in for the Assault Cuirass. He could actually finish up the Mjolnir, and booyah! Assault Cuirass is up.
Wow.
He knows the strength of his team, and now you consider, like, I can't attack everyone with the Desolator, but everyone's running in with no armor basically now for hehe. And all of KPG are buffed up. And of course, this affects the buildings too.
Yep, Razor's totally reliant on all his minus. Honestly, HWA just like panicked there. He like the buyback and him running back into the team fight like that. I think they've got some internal issues. If I was a betting man, Toby, I would say there's some very harsh words going back and forth between.
Might be the reason for the pause right now.
Yeah, I would say there's some serious turmoil because really this game should have been much easier. They should have been able to claim that second set of racks by now. Should have been much more straightforward than it was.
They're going to lose more, man. They've actually lost the range racks on the bottom lane already. Just to flag that one out before this fight is going to begin. So there's already momentum coming the way of KPG on the bottom lane. And when that creep wave hits, it hits with mega range creeps, which is one way that your buildings just get evaporated. So if KPG keep their attention away and he don't really look at that, they're actually even committing heroes down that. Like, what's their AoE clearance to get rid of these creep waves as they come in? Crypt Swarm? Earthshaker? Like, he wants to wait for the creep wave to be there so we can Echo Slam the damn thing.
Wow, look at this. KPG are going to try and end the game right now.
I'm actually really not sure about this. I don't think they need to force this at all. Like, they can just wait for hehe to make the mistake. Sniper, okay, use him as bait, sure. Actually, look at it. They use the Sniper as bait. They want him to die. Aegis Immortal, and then he'll just buy back BTs out. He already purchased the BTs, so he can make the trip in Clockwork. There's your jump in. Scarlet's made Jolman, and the combo's gone. Fire, Half-Life, and actually they keep the Sniper alive. The Fidget tries doesn't work. Jet got sealed up. Nicely done there by Chips. Maybe they can control Jet in enough time, but Oz just stands on the high ground. There it goes. It's a double kill. 19 for 2 on the Sniper. They don't have enough to control this. They really can't stop this. There's no Echo Slam left, and it's a triple kill for Artis. He will, like, with the rest of his team as the meat shields, will mop up the rest of this base. This game is over. There is no more. They cannot win this.
It was pretty much over the last team fight where they didn't succeed. They committed to a push, and they didn't even take the range racks at the top lane. The Sniper just tore apart the Razor, then he bought back and ran back in and died again. At that point, this game, there was nothing else that he could possibly do.
Artis is still alive. He's still living through all of this.
It's like, I got 3 lives, and I didn't even burn through 1 yet.
Oh, there it is. GG, good luck, have fun. And the grand final, which is where we're headed next. Best of 3 grand final. It's coming up next. The team that came through the open qualifier. This is the reason why we run Gigabyte Challenge, so you can come through the open qualifier and sit there and go, yo, don't care about invited teams. We can still take the monies. And there is a nice amount of money up for grabs, of course, for the Gigabyte Challenge number 6. First place takes home 1,500 euro courtesy of Gigabyte, as well as 5